Welcome to today's masterclass. Really excited that you're here watching and more importantly, putting effort and time into improving yourself, your business, and learning every single day. And if you're a coach or consultant, this one is for you. We're going to be talking about the 5 critical keys that you need to understand in order to scale your coaching consulting business right here, right now. You need to dominate or you'll disappear. And these 5 key steps are so important for you to grow, scale, and just continue to change lives. If you've been struggling to grow the business, if you've been struggling to find that ideal client, if you haven't been enjoying the process, then again, you're in the right freaking space. This video will help you get so much clarity, so much understanding about the next few things that you need to evaluate, that you need to start working on, that you need to start improving and optimizing. And once you get an amazing foundation of these 5 key areas of scale, then as you move forward, you can only get better at it. You only start to improve. And then of course, your metrics improve, your conversions improve, your ROI improves, your cash flow improves, your freaking life improves. And that's why you're here. I'm absolutely sure of that. So let's stop messing around. Let's get to work and let's start figuring out how to improve your business. And as we go through this, get a pen to paper. You know, these sessions that me and Maddie keep doing for you here on YouTube, we want you to do the work as we speak to you. We want you to get a pen and paper out. This is absolutely free. It's costing you nothing. So just take the time. It's going to be a little bit of sweat equity. Take the time to do the work, evaluate each key step that I talk through, start thinking about how it's relevant to you, your business, your clients, your avatar, your niche, and then make these minor adjustments as you go. And if you do that, not only today, but on every masterclass that we present to you, can you imagine how quickly your business is going to grow? And then of course, if you're ready to take it to another level, you can DM us and we'll have a private chat. But today, it's all about getting very clear on these 5 key scaling elements. And like I said, most people unfortunately get this wrong. And once you've been in the game for a while, you'll start to understand how simple it is to improve these factors. But if you're a beginner coach or consultant especially, you're probably completely unaware of how important these things are. And so now's your opportunity to download this knowledge, to get this information, to start doing the work, and then of course, start seeing the results. So without further ado, let's get into it. The 5 key elements to scaling. This is going to change the game for you. And I really hope you do the work to make it so. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first key step that you have to understand, and this is before you do anything else, it's understanding and defining the right niche. This is so crucial. You cannot find your dream avatar. You cannot build your dream business if you do not know what lane you're in. And so many coaches and consultants start off their coaching journey wanting to help every single person in the world. And that's a beautiful gesture. It's a beautiful thought. And it's a lovely initiative. But from a commercial perspective, from a business perspective, from a sales and marketing perspective, you need to understand this. Not everybody is your client. And think about it. Do you like everybody that you speak to? Do you want to hang around everyone that you meet? I'm sure the answer is a hell freaking no. Because I know for sure there's a whole lot of people that I don't want to spend time with. And I'm sure it's the same with you. And so when you know your niche, your sub-niche, and your dream client, you're getting clear on this lane that you want to be in. That's when you can start speaking the language clearly. You can start working on branding, positioning, messaging, the outcomes, the fears, the pains, the desires of that specific niche and sub-niche. And when you do this, everything starts to happen for you. Everything becomes so much clearer, not only to you, but of course to the marketplace. And when the marketplace understands who you are, what you do, the outcomes you provide, and how you can help specifically, that's when people start knocking on your door asking for your help. But until that point, you're going to be marketing to too much of a broad audience. You are going to be diluting your message, diluting your results, diluting the outcomes, and people will not understand who you are and what you do. So we need to get really clear on the niche, the sub-niche, before we move forward on any other facet of our business. And this can be a little bit challenging for some people initially because we're just often stuck in this mindset of wanting to be everything to everybody. But I promise you, if you can be patient with this, if you can take a little bit of time to start filtering your thoughts, your feelings down to a few key areas, it's going to really help you move forward. And I want to give you some of the lenses or some of the benchmarks or filters, so to say, that you can use to start figuring out which niche and sub niche is going to be the best for you to kick this off and help you drive forward. So you're ready to start figuring out your niche and sub niche. You've got your pen and paper out, glass of red, glass of water, glass of tequila, whatever you desire. And you're starting to do the work to figure this out. But how should you think about this? What are the thinking points that are going to help direct you and guide you to that right niche and sub niche? Well, these are some of the things that me and Maddie teach at Relentless Education and the things that we help our clients with. And I hope they really help you too. So number one, and this is such an important one that we often don't think about, does your niche, sub niche potential clients have money to pay you? This is crucial. They need to have cash to pay you. Now, you've got an amazing heart. You've got a gift. You want to help everybody. You want to give everything to everyone. And that is freaking amazing. But there are some segments of the marketplace. There are some individuals that really do not have the funds to pay you for your services. And although it'd be lovely to help them, and you can in other ways, to run a successful business that is commercially viable, that is going to give you the ROI that you need to not only grow a business and live an amazing life, but of course, to make a larger impact in the world, you need to receive money. You need to receive cash, and a lot of it. And so the first question is, does my niche have money to pay me for my coaching and consulting services? If the answer is no, that is not the right niche and sub niche. If the answer is yes, that gets a tick, and then we continue to investigate. The next thinking lens that I want you to consider is, does this niche and sub niche have a problem worthy of paying you? It's going to be easy for them to pay you. And can you provide that outcome? Now, when you look at your skill sets as a coach or consultant, there's certain outcomes that you're going to be comfortable with, that you're going to be able to over deliver on, that you're going to be really good at solving the problems that you're solving for those individuals and for that niche and sub niche. Now, does the market, does that niche and sub niche have that problem, and do they want that outcome? And is it a big enough challenge for them that they're going to pay you a lovely sum in order to solve it for them? Now, again, if the answer is yes, boom, they stay on the positive list. If the answer is no, we're going to move that niche or sub niche to the negative list, and we're going to forget about them for now. So I want you to consider that. The niche and sub niche that you're thinking of right now, do they have the problem that you are trying to solve or that you can solve? Is the outcomes that you provide relevant to them, and are they willing to pay a beautiful price, a sum of money, to have you serve that outcome to them? The next thing I want you to think about is, can you be the hero for that niche and sub niche? Can you be the authority for that niche and sub niche? Now, what this means is that you need to have some sort of experience. You need to be at least a few steps ahead of that niche, of that sub niche, or of the people that you're serving within that niche rather. And you need to be able to be the hero for that category. And so I want to make it really clear that you don't need to be a 50-year guru. That's not what I'm saying. But within that niche, you have a dream client, and you need to be a few steps ahead of them in order to be that authority and be the hero of that story. And so make sure that when you're selecting this niche and the dream client within that category, that you are able to, of course, solve those problems as we mentioned, but you are also a few steps ahead, that you can be presented as the hero of that story, as the authority in their eyes. You only need to be a few steps ahead in order to do this, but it's important that you absolutely are. So again, if you know that you can be the hero of that category and to that dream client, I want you to move or keep them in that positive list. And if not, we're going to move that to the negative list. Now, last but not least, this is a really, really important one when you're figuring out if this category, the niche, is right for you. And that is, can you over deliver for this category? Can you over deliver for the dream clients within this category? Now, never go into a category that you have no skill set around. Clearly, it's not going to work. You don't know what to do. Now, you can go in and learn and work for free and all those sorts of things. But if you're a beginner coach or consultant, you've been coaching for a little while, maybe you're doing 10, 20, 30K months, or maybe you're just at the pro bono stage of coaching and consulting where you're just learning the skill sets, whatever that may be. You're going to naturally find the areas that you can over deliver on. And when you figure that out, you need to then hone those skills and make that one of those core outcomes that you serve that niche with and from. And so as you're selecting this niche, I want you to ask the question, can you over deliver for that category? If the answer is a resounding hell yes, then you have absolutely ticked the boxes, and that will be a perfect niche for you to start working in. If the answer is no, then you move that to the side and you start evaluating a new niche. But to sum this part of the masterclass up, when we're figuring out our niche and sub-niche, the category we want to play in, and thus looking at the dream clients within that category that we want to serve, help, and change their lives, you really need to tick all of the boxes that I've just described. You need to absolutely be winning in those areas in order to over-deliver, to command a high price point, and to make the difference that you know you want to make. And if you have said yes to those areas, you're in the right niche. Now, if you are not making money and you are struggling and you are looking at the category that you're currently in and the frames that I just took you through, those thinking points are not aligning to the category that you're currently in, do not be afraid to pivot. If it's not a match and you're not winning in that space, then figure out which category, which niche will suit you better, aligned with those points that I've just mentioned, and then start developing your skills there. It'll change the game for you. It'll be a more comfortable and certain space for you, and that's where the ROI will be. All right, so number 2, the next stage, once you've figured out your niche, you know exactly the category you want to play in, you're clear on the outcomes you deliver, how you're going to over-deliver, how to be the hero of that story and the dream clients you're going to serve day in and day out. The next stage is branding and positioning, and this is crucial. Now, for coaches and consultants out there, it's a noisy space online. What is going to separate you in the marketplace? What is going to be the difference that makes a difference when a client or a potential prospect finds you online and they're looking at your profile or they're looking at your sales page or your website, and then they're looking at another coach's and they're evaluating who do they want to work with? They're trying to find that right person for them. It's your branding and your positioning that is going to absolutely beat the competition and start bringing market share over to you every day of the week. Now, I think a lot of people take this for granted. They don't understand that the banners that they have on their social media matter. Their profile photo matters. Their I help statement matters. The content that you are posting every single day and the quality of that absolutely freaking matters. The colors matter. All of these things freaking matter. And the more you improve this from the start, the more you will fast track your success and propel yourself forward. The flip side of that is if you don't pay attention to these branding points and these authority points, you are going to sell yourself short. You're going to be really fighting against the current. It's going to be quite hard for you to start getting those first few clients, or if you're already making a little bit of money, it's going to be really hard for you to scale past the benchmarks that you're currently at. And inevitably, even when you do get clients through to the booking stage or conversation stage, you're probably going to get a very low conversion rate and high drop-offs, because when you haven't built the authority and the branding is not on point, you are not creating a sense of know, like, and trust in the marketplace. People will trust you less. People will know you less. People won't believe in you as much. And so it's your job to make sure that you are giving yourself the best chance of success and you are truly, truly showing the prospect, showing the market who the hell you are, how good you absolutely are, what you stand for, and everything in between. So remember that branding and authority, it's an association game. People are either going to associate you to quality, they're going to associate you to the best, or they're going to associate you to poor quality. They're going to associate you to below average or mediocre. You get to choose what you're associated to. You get to choose which lane you're in. And that's powerful. That's exciting. When you realize that you are the captain of this ship, you get to steer this brand, your personal brand or your company brand, in any direction that you choose. Then you can get to work on really figuring out what that looks like. But The question you're probably thinking right now is, okay, Andy, that sounds really cool, but how do I start to build that know, like, and trust in the space of authority and branding? And I want to give you these quick things to think about so you can fast track this for yourself and get some wins on the board. So the first thing to think about with your authority and your branding is going to be, of course, your logos, your fonts, and your colors, and the imagery that you use. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time in this, but it's so important that you do a little bit of competitor research and you start to get really freaking clear on why are the people in this space absolutely crushing it, and what do they look like? And then what do the average, ordinary individuals in the space look like? And start comparing. This is going to give you a very quick insight into the standard that you need to rise up to and start playing in. If you settle for really poor quality branding, poor ugly fonts that sort of get a bit of a 70s to 80s vibe, bad graphics, bad photos of yourself, these things will cost you money. Literally, they're going to cost you time, money, and a whole lot of heartbreak, and I don't want that for you. So the first step is just making sure that your branding, your imagery, your visuals, the colors, and the fonts are relevant. They're sexy, they're vibrant, they suit you, and they're authentic to who you are. Now, we go into branding in detail in our programs, in the MVP and the Game Changers. We help our clients. We do sessions around it, classes around it, modules around it, all that sort of stuff. But if you're not in our program and you're wanting to figure this out faster, I suggest you simply start by doing some competitor research, see what the best people are doing, what fonts they're using, model the good fonts, model the good colors, find people that suit your style, and replicate that in the beginning till you find your feet. Steer away from poor quality branding, poor quality photos. Put effort into this first and foremost, and you're really putting your best foot forward. The next thing I want you to think about in regards to authority and branding is going to be your content. Now, content is king, and people are always going to spy before they buy. In this game, people will always check out your content, whether that's on your website or on your social media. But a lot of you out there are very stubborn on your social media. You don't want to put the effort into it. You feel uncomfortable around it. You don't probably understand the importance of it. But let me tell you this firsthand. We work with hundreds and hundreds of amazing coaches. We see the best and we see the worst. And I want you to know, if you are starting from the ground up and you're going to be doing organic marketing, even if you're starting and doing paid marketing, all marketing leads to social media and your website. All marketing and all eyes and all attention leads to that point. Now, the next stage is you need to convince them from that metric, from that point. So we generate traffic from somewhere. They all go to either your website or your social media. From that stage, you're either going to get a conversion, so to speak, of people saying yes, or people repelling, removing themselves, saying no, they don't like it. You need to get really good at producing quality content that speaks to your niche, that really speaks to the fears, pains, desires, and outcomes that your avatar is seeking and wanting. And you need to make sure that the content quality is up there with the best. Now, you don't need to go out and spend millions of dollars on videographers and things like that. There are so many awesome ways, especially now with AI, to produce high quality content. There's amazing software that does a lot of the editing for you. And we've got some awesome free events on that. We teach this heavily in our program. But if you're watching this and you're trying to figure that out, seek out how to start creating some quality online content, whether it's video, visuals, quotes, but it has to be quality. It needs to represent your brand, be authentic to you, but it has to be at a standard where people are going to give you a second look. They're going to say, hell yes, when they land on your page. And that is going to be that next defining point that takes them closer to either your lead magnet, a call to action, or to apply to work with you. But if your content is not on point, you're going to lose authority, you're going to lose positioning, you're absolutely going to lose and decrease trust. And of course, people will not step forward to work with you. And that's what we're trying to avoid. The next thing I want you to think about in regards to authority, branding, and positioning is going to be testimonials. Now, social proof is one of the most powerful, I'll say that again, social proof is one of the most powerful forms of marketing and influencing that there is. If you have fantastic testimonials on your website, reviews on your landing pages, on your social media, etc., that is going to immediately position you in a higher ranking than someone that does not have it. If a client or potential prospect is looking for the right coach or consultant, and you are nailing your branding, nailing your fonts, nailing your content, and you've got some phenomenal testimonials up there positioned compared to someone who doesn't have these, you are going to be the choice. You are going to be the person they go with. That is money in your bank. So again, when you are creating testimonials, start asking your clients. When you work with amazing people and they love what you do, they are going to be more than happy to give you a reference, give you a review, give you a testimonial. And then you want to use that everywhere. You want to use it on your website, on your landing pages, on your social media. You also want to use that in your email funnels. If you have a booking system set up to have strategy calls, discovery calls, whatever it may be, then the pre-call email and the post-call emails should have some beautiful testimonials or some level of social proof and authority building in there to help continue to influence their decision to move them forward to working with you. So, with all of that said, if you are ready and you know your niche and now you're ready to position yourself, gain more know, like, and trust authority in the marketplace, then I want you to think about these simple but powerful and profound points. If you can work on that as a foundation, you are building an amazing ground for a high rise of success, and that is where I know you're headed. So remember, authority is so important. The branding and the positioning that you strategically put out there in the marketplace will make or break your business most of the time. And I want you to get this right. So think about those points. If you don't have them already, get to work. If you do have them, do more of it, optimize it more, make it even better. And I promise you on the other side of that is so much more impact and so much more ROI. All right, the next critical key step in making sure you can scale successfully your high-ticket coaching and consulting business, this one is crucial. I have lived by this step in all of my businesses. In my previous business, we were able to do over 20 million in sales, specifically because of this critical key trait, and that is creating no-brainer offers. And I say to my clients, day in and day out, from here on out, moving forward, any offer that you put forward on any level, make it a no-brainer. It has to be insane value for the prospects, for the market, for the clients. So they say, hell yes. They would be stupid to say no to this offer. And then it has to be a no-brainer for you as well. And if you can start to mold your thinking day in and day out around how to create a no-brainer offer, and you do this on every single front, you can not be successful. It is so hard to mess this up when you nail no-brainer offers. And so we could probably miss a few of the steps that I said previously. Your authority and branding may not be completely on point, but if you've got a no-brainer offer and you've done this correctly, you'll still freaking win. So this is how important this key point is. So a no-brainer offer, what is it? As I mentioned, it's an offer that is too good to refuse. It is an offer that adds so much perceived value to your client that it absolutely makes them stand up and throw their credit card at you. It's got to be that freaking good. And so we want to look at creating a no-brainer offer for two key areas. First and foremost, we're going to create a no-brainer offer for our core paid program or offering. And then we also want to create a no-brainer offer for a free offering. And I'm going to take you through why both are really important. But before I do, let me run you through the formula of a no-brainer offer. I want you to grab a pen and paper, write this down, and I want you to get really clear on, does your current offer have these elements? And if it does, how can you improve on them? So this is the formula for a no-brainer offer. Number one, it's your features and value stack. What are the things that you are providing in this offer? So in the features stack, we're going to be listing a whole bunch of amazing, juicy, beautiful, valuable things that your client is going to look at and say, hell yes, I need that. I want that. That is there. It's going to absolutely help me get the result that I want to achieve. So in your feature stack, It could be one-on-one coaching. It could be group coaching. It could be an education portal. It could be a Facebook group, support group, accountability system. It could be, if you're in the fitness space, supplement protocols, nutrition plan, workout program. The list goes on. It is the features of your service and the elements that help you deliver on those things. Now, the aim of the game for a no-brainer offer is to just stack that as much as possible, adding as much value as possible, making sure that you can still comfortably and confidently over-deliver and serve, as well as giving the client insane value. So the feature stack is step one. Step two is going to be your bonus stack. So the bonuses are there for a few reasons. Bonuses generally are amazing to enhance the sense of urgency and the scarcity behind saying yes sooner rather than later. So normally when you throw in bonuses, it's great to position them as limited time bonuses, whether for that call or for that month of the sales cycle. But those bonuses will disappear if the prospect or client doesn't say yes within a certain time frame. Now, the bonuses could be a multitude of different things. It could be an ebook, it could be a recipe book, it could be a mini masterclass or a webinar or something of that nature. Still needs to be valuable, still needs to be very valuable actually. It still needs to be so valuable that it motivates the client to say yes because they're worried about that actually being removed from the offer. They get scarcity or FOMO around that being released from the offer in the next month or whatever it may be. But when you position those bonuses properly, it will absolutely help you make more sales, but also help you convert faster sales. And you will get less of individuals saying, I need to think about it, I'll come back in a few months, because they want those bonuses for that month and that offer then and there. So the bonus stack is really important. The next stage to a no-brainer offer is some level of guarantee. Now, a guarantee is designed to remove fear. It's to implant certainty, implant another level of trust, which it should, and it absolutely has to. And it also is designed to remove the risk. It's a risk removal strategy so the client comes to the offer or comes to the call and they feel safe saying yes and giving you the money, because they know that the guarantee is that they'll either get a refund or they can work with you for free until they get the result. Or if they don't get the result, they'll get their money back, whatever it may be. But once you have framed a solid guarantee and you're able to remove the risk in that relationship, the likelihood of you getting yeses and higher conversion rates absolutely skyrockets, and it happens rapidly. So figuring out the best guarantee for your offer will 100% improve conversion rates, improve success, and improve your cash flow. Now, the next layer to the formula for a no-brainer offer is going to be your pricing strategy. Now, the pricing strategy is, of course, your price point, but also how the client can pay for it. Now, if you are just fixed and you have a high ticket offering, maybe it's $10,000, and the only way the client can pay is $10,000 upfront cash, as you can imagine, there's a huge part of the market that will not have $10,000 spare in their bank in order to pay you. So with the right pricing strategy, you are able to open up that opportunity for more individuals, for more of the market. And of course, that's going to increase your ability to make sales and impact more and more lives. So that could look like certain payment plans, split payments, but it can also look like adding finance options or pay later options. Now, when you do that, it makes it easier for the client. It gives them better payment terms. Often with a finance option, you're going to get that cash up front, so it's better for you as well. But it makes it easier for them to say yes, which enhances the no-brainer offer, and of course will enhance your conversions every single day of the week. So that is the no-brainer offer stack, and that is how we start to create things that are absolutely irresistible to the right market and niche. And of course, we need to make sure everything that's in that is relevant to the individuals that we serve and the niche that we serve. And if all of those things are done correctly, you will have people throwing themselves at your offer and making it very hard for them to say no. Now, as I mentioned at the start of this part, we love to do this with all offers, but generally we want you to do two main offers first: a free offer and a paid offer. Now, the free offer could be something like a challenge. It could be something like a free masterclass. It could be something like a free ebook series, whatever it may be. It's a lead magnet, a free offer. But that should still also be a no-brainer. And it is designed to generate interest, generate leads, generate attention, so that once we have a large volume of individuals coming to that free no-brainer offer, we then have the opportunity to have sales conversations and upsell to the no-brainer paid offer, your paid coaching package, consulting package, whatever that may be, whether it's one-on-one, group, high ticket, one-to-many, it doesn't matter. But the point is that your free offer should be a no-brainer. Your paid offers should be a no-brainer. And when your free offer is done correctly and it's getting a volume of interest and attention, we then have plenty of opportunity to upsell into our high ticket no-brainer offer. And that is where the conversions lie. So have you got a no-brainer offer? And if you don't, I want you to write that formula down. The feature stack, the bonuses, the guarantee, the right pricing strategy. Evaluate all of those points for your offers right now, for your free offers and your paid offers. Make sure they are absolutely irresistible, that they are a no-brainer. And if they're not, I want you to improve them. I want you to figure out ways to make them even more irresistible to the marketplace and to your dream clients. And I'm telling you, when you nail this, it will absolutely change the game for your business from here on out. All right, so we've nailed the no-brainer offer. We have interest, attention, eyeballs, hopefully bookings and people wanting to chat with you now. So the next logical step in order to scale your high-ticket coaching business is going to be you nailing your sales skills. Now, sales, this is a word that strikes fear in so many coaches and consultants. And of course, we work with so many of you amazing humans, and it still surprises me how many people are truly petrified of selling and having these conversations with people. But it is so, so important. And I promise you, if you don't put the time, energy, attention, and patience into learning this, you are not going to be able to scale your high-ticket coaching and consulting business. Unfortunately, you must learn this skill set. And even if you plan to build a team, you still need to coach and manage your team. You still need to understand how this works, the process behind it, how to speak to your ideal client and avatar. You must learn the art of sales. And these are the elements that I really want you to focus on in order to build this skill set. Now, one thing I'm going to remind you about sales and selling, in high ticket, low ticket, in any form or matter, sales is like a muscle. Your sales skills are like a muscle. They will only grow, they will only get stronger if you do the reps, if you do the work, if you put in the energy and effort to learn it. So I want you to practice. Practice makes perfect. I promise you, if you start putting a few hours aside every week, or if you're absolutely going gung-ho every day, you will dramatically increase. You will dramatically increase your sales, but you will dramatically increase the quality of clients that you serve. You will increase your conversion rate and you will increase the amount of money in your bank. And that's what you're here to do. So remember, the art of selling, it is a muscle, it is a learned behavior, and you need to do the work in order to learn it, to grow it, to become masterful at it. And I promise you, when you nail this, it changes your life forever. It's something that I love, I'm really passionate about, just because I know how much it's helped me. And I remember when I started selling, I used to be shit scared as well. I remember I learned sales as a PT, and I had to scour the gym floor, constant sales conversations, constantly pitching people on the treadmill, sitting down, pitching people. It was one of those skill sets that used to freak me out. But I drew a line in the sand one day, and I just remember thinking to myself, I don't care what I have to do. This clearly is the key. It's the barrier between me being average and extraordinary, me being broke and me making the money that I want to. I need to learn it. So I did. I read every book that I could. I did courses. I practiced every day. I wrote out my scripts. I would sit in front of the mirror and drill and role play the scripts. I would role play it with other people. These are the things that make you great at selling. So you need to get really good at it. One other tip that I'm going to quickly give you around sales before I chunk out the elements that I want you to focus on is that when you're learning sales, and I don't care how long you've been doing this, to be honest, if you are learning a new script or if you are learning sales from the start, Make sure you write a script. Make sure you drill the script. Make sure you earn the right not to use a script. I'm going to say that one more time. Make sure you earn the right not to use the script. A lot of people think that they are somewhat, I don't know, a gift from God in the sales field, that they can just wing it and no sales, and they're just going to go with the flow of the conversation. For 99% of you, that is the key to failure. If you want to be great at pitching your no-brainer offer, then think strategically about the segments of your sales script, and then practice and drill it from start to end, from the intro to holding the frame, to the needs analysis, to the bridge before the close, to asking for money. And then of course the after follow-up. All of that is so important to make sure that the sales process is tight, but it is so crucial that you practice and drill and role play this, even if it's just you, if you're a one-man show, a one-woman show. Because the more you practice the strategic script, the more you're going to be able to influence and get this right. If you're just someone that wants to go in there and wing it, not put the effort into it, I promise you, not only are you going to get less conversions, but even if you do get good conversions, you're not going to be able to systemize this in order to delegate and scale to your team. So you're better off from the get-go writing a powerful script, drilling it, get really clear on it. And then of course you have the ability to systemize and delegate to a team, because it's even more important that your team can replicate your success. There's no point you just being awesome at this. You need to be great, yes. You need to lead the way, yes. You need to get the conversions, yes. But if you want to scale, you have to remove yourself from sales. And if you want to do that, you need a script, you need a system, and you need to be able to rather teach and manage the script and the system and make other people even better than you at that. And so you cannot do that without a magnificent script. So long story short, write a freaking script. Write a freaking script, stick to it, drill it, systemize it, and it will set you free eventually. I promise you that much. So as you're writing your script, I want you to think about these key elements. Now, again, in our programs here at Relentless, we give you scripts, we alter the scripts with you, we role play the scripts with our clients, we make our clients absolute selling machines. But if you're on your own right now and you're writing your own script, I want you to think about these core elements of the process, of the conversation. Number one is the intro, controlling the frame and building rapport. That whole first segment of your script, you need to be able to intro yourself, control the frame, and direct the conversation, so you're really helping the client or the prospect become clear on the direction of the call. And then you need to build rapport. You need to build a sense of trust and a sense of alignment with your prospect. And that's what that first part of the script should be. The next stage of the script should be all about needs analysis. It should be a sequence of very carefully crafted questions that bring out their goals, their needs, their desires, their wants, their dreams, and not only helps them see the logic in them solving those problems, but it also brings out the emotion around solving those problems or not solving those problems. If you can do that in the needs analysis, you're going to be really prepping them for a fantastic close. The next part after the needs analysis is, I call it the bridge, and that's just simply getting the prospect or client prepared for the close. And that's sort of where you ask permission. You summarize the answers to the questions. You agree that you are both clear on the direction and how to help them. You ask permission to present a solution, and then you get the response from the client. This then opens up the opportunity for you to go in and present your solution, which is the close, but it also helps the client bring down their barrier. Because if you rush into the close and it's awkward, the client's defenses go up and your ability to influence and, of course, close the sale go down. So at this stage, nailing the bridge, getting permission and getting their defenses lowered is so important for their experience and for yours. The next step, of course, is working through the close. This is where you're going to present your no-brainer offer. This is where you're going to share the features, the benefits, and really help them see how your solution is the key to their success. And then, of course, you're going to present the bonuses, you're going to present the guarantee, you're going to present the price point, and then you're going to close the deal. So for your sales skills, when you're creating this epic script that helps you not only build rapport, get to know your clients, making sure they're a right fit for you and you're a right fit for them, bringing out their hopes, dreams, desires, and the outcomes. Then, of course, gradually taking them to the close where you present the outcome and the solution, and of course, move forward as a team to then solve their problems. That script is then complete, and your job now is to drill this script. And of course, as you have these client conversations, your other job is to review the script and optimize the script until it becomes almost perfect in your eyes and you get a consistency in close rate, ideally between 20 to 30% at a minimum. And you can then systemize that and delegate it when it's ready. So to summarize this point, sales is everything. If you are not selling, if you are not making money in your coaching consulting business, then you don't have a freaking business. So think about these points. Craft the ultimate script, utilizing your no-brainer offer. Those chunks of the script are exactly the way I laid it out. Make sure that when you are writing the script, you're building rapport, you're asking the right questions, you ask permission in the bridge to go to the close, and that the sequence is in order, but also the words and the language that you use resonate with that dream avatar and that specific niche so that you can influence and, of course, present your solution in the best way possible. If you can do that, you're going to be converting, you're going to be making sales, and of course, you're going to win. All right, so number 5, we're up to the last key element, which is crucial for scaling. And this is often one that people don't think about initially when they're starting their business. But I tell you what, if you're watching this and you are doing 20, 30K months, or if you've been in business for over a year at least, you're probably starting to think about systems. You're starting to think about how to replicate your success, how to bring on team members. And let me tell you this, if your job or your mission is to scale your high-ticket coaching consulting business, if you do not systemize everything, you are going to fail. You cannot onboard team members. You cannot delegate anything if you do not have systems. And if you do delegate things without systems, who freaking knows what's going to happen? You're giving the power of the outcome to someone that doesn't know the process and the business as good as you. Thus, they're going to do a way lesser job, a poorer quality job than you would. And your clients deserve more. You deserve more, and the business deserves more. So, what do we need to do to make sure that we can replicate success? We can scale success. We can bring on team members in all the different departments. Well, I've mentioned it a few times with the sales and with the no-brainer offers and things like that, but we need to systemize. We need to document the process. We need to document scripts. We need to document step by step the onboarding process for our clients, the nurturing process for our clients. We need to document the calendar systems and everything in between. If you are onboarding a sales team, what is the system for your setters? What is the system for your closers? What are the script systems? What are the post-call nurture sequence systems? How do we remove buyer's remorse for our clients through team systems? These are all important things to think about. And of course, as I keep saying, we dig deep into all our programs because we know how important it is for you to make money and scale consistently. But if you are now ready, you've gone through all of these elements that I've discussed, you are ready to start making some large amounts of money, you're ready to start making large impact in the world, then you need to start systemizing, you need to start scaling. And further to that, you need to start documenting. Now, once you start the process of creating systems and documents, there are a few ways that you can deliver this. You can do the old school manuals, of course, which still work, absolutely. You can be a little bit more technical savvy and create online portals. So just like you would for a short course or for a program, so you can create systems portals for your team in the same sort of course format in order to make it easier for them to learn, to watch the videos, to get to the workbooks, to listen via audio. And as you scale and you really grow a big company, that's probably going to be the better option for you. But long story short is this: whether you're using manuals or you're using education portals, whatever it may be, if you're ready to scale, you're ready to make larger impact in the world, and you're ready to onboard team members, you need documented systems that are going to help you scale, that are going to remove you from the business, and are going to enhance the team's capability to succeed every single day. And that is how you scale a brand that could last decades, that could truly leave a legacy and leave a lasting impact. All right, beautiful humans, that was the 5 critical key steps that you need to review and get really, really familiar with if you want to scale your high ticket coaching and consulting brand. But I'm feeling super generous today, so I feel like I should give you a bonus tip. I think I will. Fuck it. Let's go. I'm going to give you a bonus one. So I want to give you one more tip. You've listened to this masterclass. You've taken the notes on all the elements that you either need to implement or optimize in your high ticket coaching consulting business in order to scale. And if all of those are ticked off and you're nailing it, the next thing you need to do in order to truly start to scale is activate and graduate to paid ads and running paid ads funnels. This will change the game for you. I know a lot of you are running some epic organic strategies. And as we know, with organic, it's amazing. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does cost you time, sweat equity, and a whole bunch of effort, time, and energy. And so if you want to remove that from your plate and make targeting your dream avatar and niche so much easier, then it's probably time you start looking at running some paid advertising. And when you do this, as you're probably aware, with the targeting capability of paid ads, whether on Facebook, Instagram, Google, TikTok, the list goes on, LinkedIn, the back-end targeting mechanisms of that are so phenomenal. You're able to put your avatar profile almost directly in there so you can find that dream client nationally, internationally, all over the world. And when you do that, your ability to get the attention and open up opportunity with the right people and individuals is dramatically enhanced. Now, you definitely don't start cranking ads and start graduating and running paid advertising if you haven't nailed everything that we've just spoken about. If you are unclear on any of those elements and you have not dialed those in, then any volume of attention, any volume of leads to a poor quality product, poorly branded version of you or your company or your offering is only going to be wasted money and low conversions. So that's why I've left this bonus point to last, because you must nail everything else that we've gone through today before you even think about doing paid ads. And we'll do some more masterclasses specifically on paid advertising. But if you have nailed all of the other key elements that we've discussed and you truly want to scale beyond the money benchmarks and beyond the impact that you're currently having, then targeted paid advertising is the next step for you. And of course, if you want more information on that, reach out to us. We can tell you all about it. We can definitely help you with that and share some really cool insights to help you move forward. So team, if you're ready to properly scale your coaching consulting business, I want you to utilize all these key elements that we spoke about today. And so when you understand that those parts, those elements of the machine, which is your brand, which is your business, can be optimized, can be improved, can be dialed in every single week, and you start to focus on and doing that, on the other side of that is so much more impact and so much more money. And that's all I hope for you. Me and Maddie truly want to see you win. We create a Relentless Education because we want people like you that have a mission, that have passion, that want to help the world, can go out there and do it at a greater level. And I hope today helped a little bit to improve that mission for you. So take this wisdom, implement it. Remember, nothing works unless you do. If you don't take action on this, you will not win and succeed. So I really hope you do. If this was valuable, please share it with someone else that needs to hear this. Like, subscribe, comment below if you loved it. And I really hope to see you on the next Relentless Education Masterclass.